the objective of my speech is to tell you that part of ONAC experience relies in the implementation of the cross-frontier accreditation. We want you to know how the accreditation of foreign accreditation bodies will benefit our countries. ONAC consider accreditation as a public good. As a result of, we value the relationship with the rest of accreditation bodies in the world in an environment of collaboration and joint construction of quality infrastructure.
So what we can see here, what we have analyzed as an accreditation body is why conformity assessment bodies use foreign accreditation. So what we have begun to observe is that one of the main points is that conformity assessment bodies cannot obtain or cannot obtain accreditation or cannot maintain accreditation with the foreign body or have not complied with technical requirements, which is why they migrate to another accreditor, or that the international accreditation body doesn't, or national accreditation body does not have the right services or do not have a recognition agreement, which is why the CAB seeks out another body, or that the conformity assessment body clients value foreign accreditations more than national ones, or foreign accreditation provide better support than national ones, and that's why they think it's better to use foreign accreditation than national accreditations, which is something that we've seen with other presentations as well, because we've observed that accreditation is there to carry out testing or to carry out a conformity assessment so that they're accepted everywhere. Another element is that the sometimes one requires accreditation with various bodies, or that the conformity assessment bodies might want to choose two different accreditations, which is also possible. So an accreditation body might decide, not an accreditation body, sorry, but an conformity assessment body might decide to have to work with two accreditation bodies. So the main rules we can observe here as ONAC when we're going to accept a transporter accreditation, which is something that we promote as well, is the fact that the MLAs have been designed to guarantee that the conformity assessment results issued by the CABs accredited by MLA signatory members under the defined accreditation scopes should be accepted around the world. So we are promoting this, and this is our first principle. So the objective is to offer the MLA benefits to the market so that it's not necessary to have duplicate accreditations. And in order to achieve this, each signatory AB of an MLA provides an equivalent accreditation service, and this is what we inform them of when they request their accreditation. So we ensure that the activities are equivalent and that the principles facilitate international trade while eliminating these technical barriers to trade. And we ensure that they make these accreditations credible and usable. And here, basically, what we can see is that, okay, Colombia doesn't have that many accreditations outside of its borders, or many accreditation bodies accredited, but we do have it. So we'll go into more details further on. But so what we do here is that we ask the CAB whether they're aware of the fact that there is a national accreditation bodies in their country. They're informed, and we suggest that they carry out the accreditation process process with the national AB in their country. We inform them of the fact that within the acting framework of the MLA and MRA recognition agreements, including their equivalences in their national AB, they take this into consideration. So we say that ONAC accreditation isn't necessary because accreditation by the accreditation body of their country uh, should be sufficient. It's as if they were accredited by ONAC. We also explained that if their application is accepted, the AB could be invited. So this body could be invited to participate in the accreditation body. And then ONAC, so if the CAB insists on being accredited before ONAC, then we carry out the accreditation process. We go back and inform the AB, and we inform them about the importance of them participating in the evaluation process with us. In addition to that, in ONAC, we consider three fundamental aspects. Number one, we ensure that the evaluation team is ideal. So we take into account the technical competency of the team. We take into account language, law, local regulations, in order to decide what team members we're going to be selecting. So in order to avoid interrupting the process in the country where we're going to be carrying out the process. And we make sure that we take into consideration the country where they're from. So any relevant requirements regarding the local conditions, we take into consideration so that we take into consideration their suggestions, because we consider the fact that it was their decision to go on with the process. And there's also cooperation with the national uh, accreditation body, and we invite them to observe the evaluation. And we also try to use their evaluation personnel. But obviously, this is something that has to be done by respecting the conformity assessment body or ensuring that the local body accepts. So at the moment, we have accreditations in Venezuela for a management systems body, because in Venezuela, there is no accreditation body and they have no recognition agreements at the moment. In Peru, the management systems for product certifications, and this is for a specific regulation where local accreditation was required, and that's the reason why it was required to do this. And this was a decision by the main office, and that's the reason why this was done. And there's something that's important to highlight here. So if the accreditation body mentions that they are able to use accreditation based on the local office, well, that's something that we can do. So the purpose isn't to have foreign accreditations. The purpose is to support the quality infrastructure locally so that they can develop their activities locally. Now, regarding the uh, greenhouse gas validating and verifying body. This is something that was decided by the Ministry of Environment in Colombia. And now these regulations are being modified. So the recognition agreements are considered as part of the implementation of public policies regarding GHG emissions, and also so that there's in Mexico a product certification which has been accredited in order to consider the fact that they wanted to include ONAC, and also because they wanted it to work with certain clients in Colombia. So these are the conformity assessment bodies which we have accredited in other countries.